Good morning and welcome to the new episode of Becoming Better. As a matter of fact, since our childhood, we are told one thing: work hard, work relentlessly, work without pause, and I would add, work mindlessly. The classic example that is given is that of ants. They work, but they work mindlessly, and we are told to follow them. Nothing can be more wrong. Hard work alone isn't enough to get ahead. Let's be very clear. Yesterday, when I put up this note that I'll be talking on hard work alone is not enough, there were two comments. One was from Singh Jaspal of Mississauga, who said that it's not enough, but luck is also important. There was another comment by Vipul Jani from Mississauga that hard work alone is not sufficient. 50% depends on luck, 5% on hard work, 50% on luck, and the balance on the teamwork. Now, as far as the comment of Singh Jaspal is concerned, let me be very clear. He referred to the victory of Montgomery over Rommel. It was not luck. It was strategy. It was planning. It was the logistics. The Germans did not have the proper appreciation of the geography and the storms which the British had. And that's why Rommel, despite being a better general, was defeated by Montgomery. Because the strategy was very well laid out. So it was not luck, it was planning. Vipul Jani had remarked that luck is not important, as I said in Singh Jaspal's case, because luck is only at the most 5%, not even 5%. Only those people attribute success or failure to luck who are unable to take action, who are unable to perceive things in their entirety. As a matter of fact, have you ever thought in your mind how old were you when you realized that the original plan of being really nice, working really hard, and taking on much more than you should be rewarded without asking was totally bullshit? Cynical, but it's fact. When Kate Lister, a famous UK author, put this very idea on the tweet, 400,000 people liked it. Imagine it. Despite all the adages and the advice that you will get from these life coaches, from the mentors, from intelligent people, let me be true and frank enough to tell you, no, they are not talking sensibly. Hard work is important. I'm not saying it is not important. It is important, but it is not the most important thing. This is very clear. Now, the surprising thing is that hard work is a good start and early in the career, and it certainly helps you establish yourself. But it's not enough to take you to the top. Now, look at the hard work. Donkeys and the animals do the maximum hard work. Yet the king of the forest is a lion, not a monk, a donkey. Donkey would remain an ass. In our life in India, there are class known as coolies, porters. They are the hardest working people. And they are the lowest paid people. So the surprising truth is that hard work is good to start with, but it doesn't take you to the top. It's not the road to the top. At a certain point, when you look around and realize, wow, everyone works hard at that level. Expertise in hard work just becomes the expectation. So what is expected from you when doing is not something great. You're supposed to work hard. That's not. It's really important is that if you want to climb the ladder, if you want to get ahead, if you want to struggle to go up, then you have got to do much more. Because each one of you is working hard. So what do? Those who rise to the top are like cream, and they indulge in proper strategy to come up. It is strategization of your effort, which is much more important than anything else. You might be working hard, but if nobody knows it, that you are giving the results, then how would you be accepted? As a matter of fact, our social training from the beginning is bad. And all of us suffer from a tendency which I would prefer to call Tyra effect. The people who work hard, deliver fabulous results, hope that the right people will notice and come along and place a Tyra on their head, the crown on their head. That doesn't happen. One of the things that can happen is that the people who do good work and nothing else would be seen as hard-working guys, nice guys. They are the salt of the earth, and that's all. When there's an opportunity for promotion, nobody thinks of them. They are just forgotten. Of course, forgotten in a very, very benign manner. So, how do you get the Tyra? Let's be very clear. You get to Tyra if you know the way up, if you have a proper strategization, if you are recognized as having work. Hard work would matter only when that work is recognized. And if you don't take steps to get it recognized, and that depends on you. You've got to do much more than working hard. Because everybody, as I said, is working hard. So what do? Start blowing your own trumpet. If you don't blow your own trumpet, as I ordinarily say, who else will blow it? Hard work is still important, but simply waiting for someone to pick it up is detrimental. You have got to show that you are working hard. This Tyra effect is the major problem, that the people think that if they are working hard, the result will come to them. No. The societal training that we have from the primary school onward, where students are taught to be quiet, hard workers, and they say, well, if you keep on working hard, you are going to succeed and prosper. No. Teachers reward such activities in the early years. They give you stars, they give you high marks, they pat you on the back, and that's all. In real life, it's not that. Hard work typically goes unnoticed after a certain period. In the beginning, your boss might be dazzled that you're working hard. But then everybody's working hard at the same level. So then it becomes a routine. So what happens then? Then you have got to do something which others are not doing. Or they are doing much better than you are. And that is, talk about it. Let it come. Now, Vipul's comment about teamwork. This team has done the work. Now, if this team has done the work, then why are you? I remember I was very young, new in service. L.P. Singh was the Home Secretary of India. P.N. Haskar was the Chief Strategist for Mrs. Gandhi. So the paper was prepared. And when the paper was presented, L.P. Singh said, the team aided, assisted, advised, and continuously provoked by Bikram has done this work. No, my name came up. And that was important. Women, if they do it, are negatively impacted because it's generally seen as more acceptable for men to talk about their accomplishment. When women talk, they call it bragging, which is absolutely wrong. So, to climb the ladder, it is necessary not to be a great worker alone, but to be a bit of politician. You should be able to draw attention to your endeavors without waiting for something as infrequent as a yearly review or performance of the self-assessment. Nowadays, you know what is happening in most of the organizations? That you are asked to give your self-assessment memo. I call it I love me memo. But if you keep on waiting for a year, by that time the decision about the promotions may be taken. So, very concise, in an indirect way, updates can be given what you're working. It could be just a quick email with some bullet points. Here are my wins. And here is what the team did with us. And let me tell you, nobody wants to hear it every day. So using phrases like my team and I helps you look good while also sharing the kudos. You're saying team is there. But the word I, the capital I, is much more important. And if you do it, say, once in a month or once in a couple of months, you are on the road to success. Secondly, much more important is framing. A boss may find it very odd to get an unsolicited update singing your own praise. But it will go over better. If I was there as when I joined the corporate life, what I would do is send a letter to the board to keep them in the loop. That's it. We are taking this action, this strategy we are formulating. It's just to inform you that we are keeping you in a loop so it doesn't come as a surprise. In most offices and industries, proven ability alone isn't sufficient to help you get along. Because you also need to be likable and memorable. The most important is memorable. At the time of the annual assessment, people should remember, well, XYZ did something great. That was something different. So if you want to have impact and influence, people need to believe in you, trust you. But they'll trust you if they know you. The same way, a lecturer there, a known face is always welcome. And as the proverb says, a known devil is better than an unknown devil. So put your head down to work. And grinding it doesn't mean your supervisor will notice it. Basically, to climb the ladder is not just to be, as I said earlier, a great worker, but a better politician. You need to be seen as a leader. You need to be liked at different levels, by the people at your level, the peer group, by the people above you, and the people below you. Even they are very important. When the three levels like you, nobody can stop your success. And when you evaluate work, the research is quite clear. People who are liked get better rating, the same level of work. Say you are in a school or in a college, you and your friend have done the same job. But the teacher, if he is in your favor, will give you definitely a better mark. Maybe even if it's a couple of marks, but that makes a difference. You would see in your life that you and your colleagues may have the exact same skills and work ethics. You have spent some time making friends and influencing people, so they look better. But if you do something a bit more, you would advance. Don't forget, your boss is also a human being. So it's a basic human instinct to favor people you like. And it's very possible to increase your political capital work. There are some basic tactics that you can make use of. You need to think about how to connect with the people. Connect with the people who matter. And the people not just on the work. Now, I always saw to it that my networking was at a different level. If I was doing my job, I was also seeing that the peers of the top club, of the top management of different organizations were also aware of what I was doing. They were also kept in the loop. So when in the evening on a drink, 4 other CEOs meet my board of directors, they say, well, your Dr. Lamba is doing something which is amazing. Now imagine, it puffs up the ego of my boss. And he remembers that if my opponents and my friends are talking about him, there must be something more. So he'll talk in your favor to show that he's aware. And once he starts talking, when the evaluation comes, he would think, how can I let him go? This man has to be promoted. So, another thing, suppose you and your boss share same interest. For example, he's interested in gardening, maybe you are, I'm not. But then, what you see a good gardening article and just take a photostat and send it to him. This is pretty much simple. But he would think, well, you are taking care of him. And that taking care is important. It might seem a bit manipulative. But this is not manipulative, it's glad handing. And doesn't hurt anybody. And it's a necessity to get ahead. Most important is that you have got to prioritize for those who had rather focus on their to-do list over socializing, networking. How many times you go out and meet? And let me tell you, more business is done, more advances are done on the golf field. When you're playing golf is the best thing. When you're in the club having a drink with the superiors is another thing. You're building bridges at different levels. So it requires reorganization to focus on to-do list over socializing. But going against that instinct can be beneficial. It's all about career maintenance. And that is a responsibility if you want to get. If you don't take care of your career, let's be very clear, nobody else is going to do it for you. You have got to do it. So what you have got to do is work hard to begin with. Then, along with our working hard, start talking about it. Start influencing about it. Don't just be a worker, be an influencer. Be the talk of the people. There'll be some catcalls. There will be some objections. There will be some criticism. But that's all a part of the game. And secondly, and let me tell you, when your colleagues start backbiting you, for example, I give you an example. So your colleagues go and backbite against you to your boss. In the evening, he goes for a drink with his peers, and they talk in your favor. Whom is the boss going to listen? To your peers or to his peers? He will naturally come to the conclusion that these people are against you. So, strategize, prioritize, social networking, bit of politics. Hard work should be the base. It is the foundation of the house, foundation of the building of your career. But it is not the building itself, it's not the edifice. Palaces are built on solid foundations, that's hard work. But if you have the cement all the way up, then it's not a Taj Mahal. No. It might be a fort somewhere, but the artistic, the creativity is lacking. So to get ahead, you need to be creative. And as I said, for some, you might be manipulative. But hard work alone is not enough. Donkeys, as I said earlier, work very hard. Porters work very hard. But they are not rewarded for the hard work. So hard work with proper strategy. Strategy, bit of politicking, and then the word is yours. Try it. Thank you.